the Brumwell's son. Let's head over to Anna Carraway's flat, if you would please. This case has more unexpected turns than the Cretan labyrinth. And Perseus thanks you for that particular reference, Mr. Watson. Dr. Watson. Okay, so what's all this? A huge collection of leather-bound books grace the stack of polished mahogany shelves in this lifeless room. 3 gilded chairs are placed in a row against the east wall. The whole effect suggests the waiting room of a man of business, a lawyer, perhaps, or a chartered accountant. There appears to be no access to number 28, the next door. Well, this is her house, right? A brick townhouse, of the type made popular in the last century by Horace Fisher. The massive solidity of the facade is broken by delicate leaded glass work. Oh God, not this again. Delicate leaded glass work, and the iron balustrade above the entryway. The columns are cut from single slabs of granite, mined from the same quarry used by the builders of Stonehenge. That seems pretty nice. Let's use a door knocker. Crusoe did say to knock loud and often. Let's use the bell pull and see if that works. Wait, he said that the housekeeper was there. Oh yeah, she's deaf, right? Oh great, so how do we get in? We can't exactly break her window. Not without being seized by the police. Oh, that'd be an interesting conversation. Watson, it's Lestrade! He's coming to arrest us! What do we say? Luckily for us, we broke into her dressing room, Anna Carraway's dressing room, some time ago. We found a key ring. Several keys, various sizes, adorn this ring. Let's see if one of them will work on this door. I believe the demands of good manners have been satisfied, Watson. If there's anyone inside, they are either incapacitated or do not wish to see us. In either case, we must enter. Indeed. Let us proceed. Wow. This room looks kind of nice. Watson, what do your powers of deduction tell you about this house? Is it occupied, or are we alone? I know that guessing is anathema to you, Holmes, so if you don't mind, I'll reserve my opinion until I have some facts. What's this silver salver? This looks interesting. A lavishly engraved silver plate, rendered in Louis Quatorze style. Anna uses it to hold the calling cards of prominent visitors. There are a couple of calling cards here. Let's take a look. This is a card that has some printing on it, but it cannot be read from here. What's this one say? This card presents the name and office of a certain Jacob Farthington, barrister of Gray's Inn, London. There was another calling card here. Let's pick it up and see what it is. This card bears the name of Antonio Crusoe, printed in almost illegible Florentine script. So he was here. Huh. He seems a little bit more innocent, then. Let's take a look. A large mauve turkey carpet, beautifully made and decorated with an interesting geometric pattern. It serves as the focal point for this living space. What's this here? A leather-bound, well-thumbed musical score and libretto of W.A. Mozart's Magic Flute. The parts sung by the delightful character Papagena are underlined in pencil. An impressive oak staircase, highly suitable for dramatic entrances into the living room. On descending the staircase, one looks directly into the Chinese red parlor. Let's take a look at this plant. One of two dragon trees, Dracaena Draco, that grace the spacious foyer. They are particularly lush specimens, but appear to have gone without water for longer than a caring horticulturist would allow or recommend. The plant sits on a well-turned ceramic pot, glazed in royal blue enamel. It's this picture here. A charming photograph of two adolescent girls dressed in light-colored taffeta. They both hold sunbonnets, and the sun is visible in the lower left corner of the scene. The smaller girl appears to be a much younger version of the murder victim, Sarah Caraway. The older girl is presumably Anna Caraway herself. I've seen that already. Watson, anything else to say? Despite our unconventional entry, you certainly must have noticed that Miss Caraway's home is beautifully furnished. Indeed, and beautifully maintained. It's immaculate. Everything appears as if it were scrubbed with soap and polished, then buffed for hours. Miss Caraway's housekeeper must be a treasure. So what do you say about the house, Watson? Is it occupied or not? Occupied, Holmes. The lamp on the staircase is lit. There is a glow coming from the parlor which suggests a fire, and I believe I hear a broom used upstairs. Excellent deduction, old friend. Your powers of observation are admirable. Perhaps you should take up detecting, and I medicine? What do you say? You'll turn my head, Holmes. I say let's examine this house while we can. Shall we peruse the parlor, then, Watson? By all means, Holmes. Alright. See if we can't head upstairs. Let's take a look at the last two pictures and then go upstairs. An interesting, though poorly executed, still life of a vase filled with flowers. Perhaps the artist suffered from cataracts. Though the colors are stunningly lovely, the subject appears blurred, and the forms not properly delineated. It is signed Simone. Oh yeah, ha ha ha, Holmes doesn't know anything about Impressionist painters. A beautiful piece of cream-colored linen is stretched and set in a handsome, though plain oak frame. Domestic homily, bless this home, is embroidered in small gray letters. Huh. There is someone here. Ah, the housekeeper. Good day, madam. No response. Caruso did not exaggerate about the woman's condition. She seems to be extraordinarily hard of hearing. We must speak to her immediately. I do not want to frighten her. Well, we better speak. Oh boy! Don't startle me, young man. What are you doing here, anyway? Are you a friend of Miss Anna's? Excuse me, madam. We are looking for Miss Caraway. You haven't brought any dirt in your shoes, have you? Trust not. I trust not. Pardon our intrusion. We wish to speak to Miss Caraway. Don't whisper, young man. How did you get in here, anyway? We have a key from Miss Caraway. We're looking for her, actually. You're not the only ones. Her fancy man was here earlier interrupting me, keeping me from my cleaning. Like I told him, I haven't seen her all day. You can wait downstairs if you must. I have my cleaning to do. Might we take a look around this room? Certainly not. Miss Caraway barely allows me here. I clean the best I can, and she has strict rules. I have orders never ever to touch that statue, for instance. Not that I want to mind. That shameless woman has no clothes on. Now go downstairs, please. No more? Let's take a look at that statue. Said something about that statue. What's so curious about it? A miniaturized version of the incomparable Venus de Milo. In this marble rendering, the lovely lady's arms have been restored. She stands on a polished granite pedestal, on top of which lays a thin layer of dust.